Today I'm going to teach you how to do a 50-50 on a round rail. I've made a video on this before, but I've got a few things that I didn't talk about in that video. So it's really hard to commit to this trick at first because there's a lot of ways you can fall. If you land with both of your heel side wheels locked in, you could shoot out this way and fall backwards, and that really exposes the back of your head to a lot of injury. So how I actually learned this was I had a big couch behind the rail at first, and I would do it and fall backwards onto the couch. I did that a few times until I learned that you can't really lock in like this. At least I can't. Some people, some pros like Nija or somebody could do that, but for me, I have to lock in with like a counter lock. So my heel side wheel on the back foot and my toe side wheel on the front foot is locked in. Kind of like you're doing a Smith or a feeble. And I learned to do Smiths and feebles on round rails before I learned to do the 50-50. For me, the 50-50 was a lot scarier and a lot harder than just getting into the Smith and feeble, because when you're standing right here next to the rail, it's easier to ollie into a Smith and just stop. That kind of really feels locked in. But just to ollie into a 50-50, for me, that was a little scary. So at first, before you learn to slide this, I think you should learn to ollie into it. So find a low rail like this. This is only 8 inches tall, and try to just ollie. And as you get over the rail, try to get that heel side wheel on the back foot and twist so you're coming up and over like you're doing a Smith, and just push that toe side front wheel up against the rail, lock in like that. And if your trucks are kind of loose, your wheels might hit the deck, but you can feel really locked in. You can kind of sink into that. So when you're moving and going towards the rail, you're going to ollie up onto it. You can go at a slight angle or kind of parallel, 8 inches away, maybe a foot away, wherever you feel comfortable. I've known people when I was a kid. There was this guy, he couldn't kick flip, couldn't do any flip tricks, couldn't drop in on a mini ramp, but he could 50-50 his rail, and he did it right in the center like this. He would just go fast and just stay balanced right in the middle of the board on the rail, and I could never do that. Like, I can never commit to that, but I've known people that they can just ollie straight on the rail, stand here, like right in the center, and just 50-50 it. It doesn't feel that hard, like when I just stood on it there, but for me, that's way scarier. I'll try a few like that, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it. This rail's actually a little bit sticky because of all the dust, the concrete dust and just sawdust downstairs in the basement. And it had wax on it, and then all of that just kind of got caked on. So it's a little sticky. Sometimes you have to go a little faster. Doing this on a round rail is easier than doing it on a skinny square rail, in my opinion, because you can counterlock like that. If you're doing it on a skinny square rail, you kind of have to do it in the middle like that, and it's a little bit scarier. If you're doing it on a really wide square rail, like the Element flat bar back there, it's super easy. It's like doing it on a ledge, and you definitely want to be able to do this on a ledge before you do it on a rail. The good thing about the round rail is it will slide a little bit faster. There's not as much friction between the truck and the rail because not as much of the truck is touching. Just a small piece of the truck is actually touching the rail. So when you're coming off the rail, you have to kind of lift up like you're doing a 5-0. All your weight's on your heel, on your back foot, and you're kind of pushing against it. Now this is easier if the rail is solid. So if the rail is attached to the ground, it's not going to move. This is easier. If it's a really light rail, it's going to move around. This is a really scary trick. So if you have a skate park rail that's actually attached to the ground, it's not going to slide out. That would be easier to learn this trick on. I was doing a little bit better for a few days. I didn't have any of those headaches, but I've started having the headaches again when I go out in the heat, and it's been over 90 degrees. So hopefully it'll cool down a little bit soon and I can do maybe a front board tutorial outside, but that might be the next rail trick video I do. Been doing a lot of tricks on the rail and the box lately. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, scroll through my page, check out my other videos, and hit that subscribe button because I got a lot more videos to come. Thanks for watching.